Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Comic Book Nerd. And in today's final video, yes, it is a full 4 video posting day here on the YouTube channel. We have an Avengers Doomsday update to go over. It has been a minute since we have talked about Avengers Doomsday here on the channel. Personally, I do not think they are dropping the trailer tonight at Marvel CinemaCon presentation. I really don't. But that is just me. If they do, I will be ready for it. I'll have a reaction up. I'll have a breakdown up tomorrow as well. So I'll be ready for it if they do. However, with that being said, I don't think they are going to tonight. But we do have an update on the X-Men in Avengers Doomsday, so we're going to talk about that. We are also going to talk about what this means for the plot of Doomsday as well. But first, if you are new to the channel, you already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn that bell on. That is the #1 way you could support us here at the channel, is by hitting that sub button and, of course, leaving a comment so we can interact with you guys as well. Now, without further ado, let us go ahead and hop into this Avengers Doomsday X-Men update. So, like I said, it has been a while since we have had an Avengers Doomsday update, but today we have a big one regarding the X-Men. According to industry insider James Mack, all the X-Men died dealing with incursions, leaving only Mystique, Nightcrawler, Cyclops, Wolverine, Deadpool, Professor X, Magneto, Beast, Gambit, and one more character. This would make a lot of sense as to why we only see the main X-Men and not others from the Fox universe. We've also heard a rumor that Dr. Doom is going to kill some of the reigning Fox X-Men, as Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart have both confirmed Avengers Doomsday will be their final movie of their acting careers. They are going to retire IRL. So, again, they're going to retire in real life. It's not like they're going to retire the characters themselves. They are just fully done with acting after this film in Avengers Doomsday. Again, all of this would make sense, and to add on to the fact that in Avengers Secret Wars, we are going to be getting introduced to the new X-Men, and it's a great leeway into the next saga, which is the Mutant Saga, while also sending off the X-Men in a really great way. So, I do want to talk about that last point there. I really do, because I want to talk about how the X-Men are going to come into the fold in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think a couple of them are actually going to be from other universes. I don't see a world where a couple of them aren't from another universe, but I do ultimately think that we are going to see kind of this team start to get together in Avengers Secret Wars. We're already seeing Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. If you guys do not know, I full on believe she is playing Jean Grey in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I just think that there's no world where she is not playing Jean Grey in this film, and you don't sign a 5-picture deal with Marvel Studios unless you are playing a big-time character like Jean Grey in the X-Men. So I think Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. I also think that there have been rumors about Beast as well that is going to be introduced. We've also heard of Magneto and Rogue and those characters as well. So they are setting up the future in a really good way in Avengers Secret Wars, and ultimately I think it's a great leeway into the next saga because, again, these characters like Nightcrawler, Cyclops, James Marsden, Cyclops, of course, we've heard rumors that Wolverine and Deadpool are the only two that are going to make it out alive, and ultimately I think they're the only two to make it out alive because they are going to go on and set up their movie in Deadpool and Wolverine 2, aka Deadpool 4, in the MCU, and ultimately I think after that film, we kind of get a big-time team-up with Deadpool, Wolverine, and the X-Men, and they can sort of lead this young X-Men team in the MCU to fight the crime and stuff like that. So, again, ultimately, I think them being introduced in Avengers Secret Wars does make a lot of sense, and I do ultimately think that some of these characters, like Cyclops, Nightcrawler, I think Professor X, Magneto, Beast, and Gambit are all going to die. I think that I do want, of course, Channing Tatum to play Gambit in the future of the MCU. However, I don't think that's really going to happen. I think this is going to be a 1 or 2 movie thing. Unfortunate for him, but I do ultimately think that we are going to get a much younger and much, of course, better, I guess you would say, better written version of Gambit in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I just think, again, they are going to start fresh with all of the X-Men, except for Deadpool, except for Wolverine. So it only makes sense that most of these characters are going to die in Avengers Doomsday, leading into Avengers Secret Wars, where we will be introduced to the new X-Men team, as it is, again, just ultimately a great leeway for, of course, these characters to get sent off in a great way and to introduce the new X-Men in the Mutant Saga. But you guys let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Like I said, I believe about 30 minutes or so, we will have, of course, Disney's CinemaCon panel where, of course, we'll get updates on The Mandalorian and Grogu, Avengers Doomsday, films like that for this summer as well, / of course the rest of the year. So I'm very much looking forward to that. We'll have a full recap on what they showed, of course, tomorrow. If they do, of course, drop the Doomsday trailer, I will straight have a reaction up on my social media pages, so stay tuned for that. If they don't, then oh well, we just talk about the footage that they showed at CinemaCon. Let me know your thoughts, though, on this video in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on. It's a busy day, busy time here at the Comic Book Nerd, so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.